Hello everybody, and welcome to your Capricorn new moon partial solar eclipse tarot reading. I'm going to do a reading for all signs in one video, just to touch on what these energies are about overall and how you can use them to help you manifest and, move through different issues in your life as an overall for everybody, because these are generals, so a lot of good stuff will come out in this reading. Now, if you are a Capricorn moon specifically, there is a link I've listed in the description box below for your Moonology forecast for 2019. And for every sign, as we near your new moon, the next one would be Aquarius, I will put your 2019 Moonology forecast out as well. It's just for the sake of that reading, it's a lot easier to publish it around that new moon as opposed to any other point. So Capricorn moons, you have a 2019 Moonology forecast to look at if you're interested. For the rest of you, we're going to talk about this Capricorn new moon and then this partial solar eclipse that is one of three in the Capricorn energy, and the others will be in Cancer, but we're going to focus on all three of the eclipses in this reading as well. So the first one obviously comes with this new moon that's taking place on January 5th or 6th, just depending on where you live in the world. And this is a partial solar eclipse, so there's some truth coming to light, all right? There's something bubbling up from the surface inside of you, or there is something starting to be revealed to you about an external situation or relationship, or maybe even something from your past, all right? And the way this energy progresses throughout the year has everything to do with the eclipses in Capricorn as well as Cancer, but for the sake of this reading, we're going to focus just on the Capricorn aspect. Capricorn is 10th house, so that's your status, your achievements, your goals, how other people perceive you, your career. So overall, that's where this energy is taking place, but where Capricorn sits in your chart personally is going to affect you in a different way. So let's see with this new moon and partial solar eclipse, what sort of truth is coming to you. All right, 5th house, creativity. So there is a part of you that is reigniting. It's your creativity, it's your artistic ability, it's your willingness to finally put yourself out there, expose yourself, because this also has to do with the arts and the stage. And Capricorn being 10th house energy, those of you who are really pursuing a career for singing, writing, drawing, painting, dancing, sports ability, just any sort of talent where you want to be out on the stage, out on the field, you want to be seen, you want to be heard by many, many people. That energy, this solar eclipse, new moon, it's starting that process, okay? Because new moons are all about sowing new seeds, thinking of what you want to achieve for yourself, setting intentions, and then from that point forward, following through, doing whatever you can, whatever it takes to get you to that point. And typically by the full moon, you will have a manifestation, and the full moon in Capricorn is actually in July. So what starts happening right now in January, the truth, the little crack, the opening, is going to have a very strong potential to manifest something by July, that Capricorn full moon time, all right? So this is like a 6-month cycle of energy you're working with, from conception to sowing that seed to growing it all the way to the manifestational period, all right? And since we have eclipses thrown in there, that is just really intense, powerful energy, and it is the shakeup where things, come in and things also come out. Like they click in, they click out. It's kind of an up down, but it's like a reshaping, a reorganizing of your life, of yourself, of your energy, of all the players in your life, things like that. And with 5th house coming out, Again, those of you who want to be out on the stage, want to be seen, want to be maybe even famous, and it could be on a social media platform as well, the ideas that you have that are coming to you, really start working towards them. You're being given the energy for that, okay? Others of you, this is more about your personal happiness, and this eclipse energy, this new moon, is giving you the insight to what will make you happy, what the blockages are in your life, what is truly causing your dissatisfaction, your discomfort, you know, because at the end of the day, it truly is all about us and what we project in our own energy. And there's some awareness, you know, coming to you. And for some of you, this is about where you were happy with everything going on in your life, and you know, it's been kind of the same thing for quite some time, and you were fine, but all of a sudden this new moon partial solar eclipse energy is kind of making you second guess that, where it's feeling a bit worn out, outdated, used, old, where you're like, I wonder if this fits on me anymore. I might need a change. Also with this, it could be about romance as well with 5th house. So some of you that have been really struggling in the romantic relationship area, you're going to start having some truth and some change really take hold of you in that area of your life all throughout, all right, 2019. So as we get to that full moon in Capricorn on July 16th, and that is actually a partial lunar eclipse. So look at this. We have North Node, life's purpose. This is all about destiny. So this is for everybody, I know, but those of you who have these really big dreams and goals, you have them for a reason. That's, you know, part of your journey this lifetime. It's part of your path. It's part of your destiny. However, you know, multi-dimensional, if you don't choose that, it's your free will. If you choose not to have this as part of your journey, you're still going to experience it, but not to the degree, to the expansion, to the full bloom that you possibly could, all right? So those of you that have these really big dreams and they seem impossible, do not give up. You push forward and push through any challenge, any opposition. I don't care what it is. Do not give up. That is part of why you are here this lifetime. That is a way your soul is going to expand and learn and grow. So you feel that pull for a very strong reason. And if you know, everybody around you is telling you you're talented, but you don't think you're good enough, you need to start telling yourself that you're good enough, and just do it every day, every day, every day, every day, and watch what happens. You will get there. Start with what you have right now, today. You will get there. I promise. As long as you don't let yourself down, you will get there. I'd bet money on it. Anyways, for the rest of you, a relationship where this is about romance, rekindling or new romance coming in around that July point of the year, that's when this full moon eclipse is happening. So, you know, this energy is playing out all year, but we're going to focus on that month. So this, what I'm saying here, could happen sooner or later than July, but for the sake of the reading, that's where we're going to hang out. So there could be a new relationship or a reconnecting of a relationship around that time frame. And this is soulmate. You are meant to meet this person. You are meant to experience them in a romantic fashion. Now, whether that is happily ever after or it's just for a season, it's going to be different for everybody where that message is speaking to you, okay? But this person is definitely part of your destiny. You have experienced them before, you're soulmates, and they're going to help you or teach you or grow you. So whether it's a really nice experience or it's a very challenging romantic experience, this right here is helping you achieve this, grow this, or expand this energy. And wow, look at that. This is for the second new moon that we will be having in Capricorn this year, which is around the 25th, 26th of December, just depending on where you live in the world. And that is a annular eclipse, and that is where you know, the moon is in the center of the sun, and there's nothing but a fire ring around it. And my goodness, here is the fire card, desire, fire element. So wow, listen, this is a powerful year. Just in general, this is a powerful year, but looking only at the Capricorn part of the eclipse axis, not even factoring in the Cancer part of this, just wow, this is incredible, powerful change. The energy, the opportunities, the ideas, the inspirations, the synchronicities, all of those things are being given and offered to each and every person, but it is your choice to believe in yourself and say, you know what, 2019 is my year and I'm going to run with it. I'm not going to give up. I don't care how hard it gets. I don't care what comes my way. If a challenge or roadblock shows up, it means I need to reassess, reevaluate, and go about things in a whole different way. Instead of, oh, game over, I have a roadblock. No, I have to reassess, okay? As long as you don't give up on you, with this lineup of cards, you have got it made. You can manifest whatever it is you want to achieve for yourself, okay? Especially in areas of happiness, you're really coming into an understanding of what you like, what interests you, and there's new energies coming in for you where you're aligning to new people, new ideas, new concepts, new hobbies, new ways of spending your time, new just a new consciousness altogether for some of you as you move through the year, and just all the different experiences that are coming forth and playing out. And you know, whether this is about trying to really grow a creative or artistic talent, or this is about finding your true happiness, or this is about a romantic partnership, whatever is unfolding, this is like your destiny. This is part of your path, and you need to take it quite seriously and realize, like, you got one shot at this life as you, as this personality wearing this costume, and you have a checklist of all these things that you want to complete and accomplish this lifetime, and your blueprint is set up accordingly for you to follow that. But as you go through your life and your experiences, you're creating what all of this looks like for you, how it comes to you, how you interact with that energy, how you experience it, how you perceive it. So the more that you believe in you and you trust that this deep pull and calling from within is meaningful, it's your destiny, you're feeling your blueprint, and like, hey, come on, it's time, go with it. Don't give up. I don't care what anybody tells you, because you know what, some people are going to tell you that it's impossible. Some people are going to tell you, oh, you're stupid, that can never be, or what a ridiculous dream or idea or goal, or what a waste of time. You could be doing something so much more productive. Who cares? Just remind them, say, you know what, you were given a life too for you to control and rule over and handle. So why don't you go worry about the life you were given, and I'm going to worry about mine. And finally, it's about my happiness. I don't care what anybody thinks anymore, because why should you? There's boundaries to all of that, obviously, but this is your destiny, what's calling you, what you're really feeling, in January 2019. It's going to stick with you. It's going to haunt you if you don't pursue it, all right? Or if you have some emotional baggage that needs to be cleaned up from old stuff of the past so we can get back on, on point for our destiny, then that's what needs to happen. And I love that this is the fire element for the annular eclipse in the new moon Capricorn at the end of the year. This is like the purification. All that does not serve you burns away, okay? And that it creates the space for all the things that need to come in, that are trying to align to you, the things you've been asking for, the things you've been working towards. And, this right here, fifth house, is the house of Leo, and it's ruled by the sun, okay? So this is very positive, warm, uplifting charismatic type of energy. And then you have the fire element over here, which could talk about Aries, Leo, or Sag, right? But this is more about your creative power. The fire element is spirit, the ethers of creation, but also the action behind that creation. So the main message here is, let's create. I mean, come on, creativity. Let's create and then do everything it takes to make it to full manifestation. I mean, think about it this way, like with an actual child. You know, don't decide that you want to have a baby and then like get halfway through the pregnancy, and because maybe you have complications and it's hard and it sucks and you feel fat and your feet are swollen and life is just cruel, you don't just say, okay, yeah, I give up. I'm just going to throw in the towel. Go ahead and get this kid out. Like, I'm done. Like, nobody does that. And that's how you have to view your dreams and your goals and your ambitions and everything you're working towards. As you get closer and closer to the full manifestation, you're fully pregnant, okay? You are heavy with child. You are uncomfortable. You've been pushed to your limits. You feel like you can take no more. And then boom, here comes the labor and birth, which is challenging, but what comes after that is that beautiful manifestation. Everything you've been working towards, you know, the way you've been disciplining yourself, you know, spending all your time and energy and effort into creating something. That's what this is all about. And let nobody hold you back. This is such empowering energy. So let's pull some more cards and keep going with this. Okay, so 5th house, we like, ooh, look at that. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. So this is, Sagittarius is 9th house, the house of higher learning and higher spirituality, you know, long-term travel, things like that. This is saying don't get distracted by, you know, all the little details and things like that. Really rise above, connect to your spirit. This isn't a time to really analyze things. Like, you should always plan, always prepare, always have, you know, solid intentions. But after you have set that in motion and now we're moving towards our goal, this is saying don't lose sight of the end while you're on the journey, okay? Because there's some things that are going to come your way, some curveballs, some speed bumps, some big drops that you weren't expecting, and that's just part of the journey. And you need every bit of the experience to grow you and shape you for that manifestation that you're asking for. Because there's one thing I've learned is, when you're asking for something, it's because it's not currently present in your life. If it's not currently present in your life, it's because somehow, some way, part of your energy, part of your vibration is not aligned to that experience, all right? And so perhaps you have some work to do. You always have some work to do, because even if it's about divine timing, well, it's not showed up yet because there's still more experiences to be had. So trust that when things are meant to manifest, it will come, it will happen. Just like when the baby's ready to be born, the baby's gonna come. Don't lose sight of the end goal through the middle, when you might be running out of steam or feeling a little bit pessimistic and, you know, things like that. Don't lose sight of that. Really connect in to your spirit. Ask for, you know, signs, synchronicities to let you know you're still on the right path. And if you feel like you need strength, say, you know, universe, I could really use some support right now. I need a message, I need a sign, and the universe will come through. I mean, every single time it will, I promise you. And look at this, under North Node, life purpose, we have don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. There's more fire energy, and that Leo energy strong in this reading. So I know, okay, duh, self. I'm like, I wonder why it's coming in so strong. Well, because we have the total lunar eclipse in Leo on the 20th, 21st of January, which is the final completion of the Aquarius-Leo axis of eclipses that took place throughout 2019, or I'm sorry, 2018. So this is the final one. So this Leo eclipse from 2018, the final one happening in 2019, right after this Capricorn, you know, new moon partial solar, big whammy, like lots of energy, lots of creative energy being just funneled to every single person. It's like, follow your passion, find your dreams. Do not be afraid to be different, to be bold, to stand out. It's what you are meant to do, what you are meant to be. If you are stuck in oppressive situations, friendships, jobs, family relationships, romances where you feel obligated out of history or out of vows or financially, just all these different things that we tell ourselves have imprisoned us within situations, circumstances, you need to just let that all go. You know, this is sun energy right here ×2 coming in for you, and that's like healing, and it's going to burn off everything, like the spiritual fires that does not serve you. And so whatever you were working on in 2018, it's impacting this Capricorn new moon partial solar and this Leo full moon total lunar eclipses that are taking place in January. It's wow, like there's manifestation, but right on that, it's like there's newness. It's you're receiving, but what you receive, okay, now it's the next step after. So there is this really positive return of energy and effort for things you were working on through 2018. Okay, and I feel like that's really to sustain you through whatever challenge comes in 2019. You can look back, think of 2018, remember everything you went through, all that crazy eclipses and energy and retrogrades, and where it brought you today. I mean, even if you've been through hell and back, you are wiser, you are stronger, you are braver than you were at the start of 2018. You know, nobody likes to go through those things, but that's spiritual boot camp. That's how we get really tough and strong and realize what we are capable of. Because sometimes if you see yourself as really small, little, weak, ineffective, but Spirit's like, come on now, you are like Leo the lion here. We need to wake you up. You're going to start getting poked and prodded all over the place. Why? Because after you're poked and prodded so many times, pretty soon you're going to jump to your feet and start roaring, showing teeth, bearing claws, you know, all of it, and taking control and, you know, knocking people out. You're not going to stand for it anymore. So if you think little of yourself and there's all these things coming at you, it's not to reinforce that you're little. That's the universe trying to push you into realizing how big you are. Okay, so there's all this stuff coming at you. Remember that and be like, okay, I am so much bigger than I believe myself to be. I am capable of so much more than I believe myself to be. I am a magical divine being. My thoughts and my emotions are everything. I am just as divine and powerful and creative as the next individual. And I deserve happiness. I deserve my dreams. And there is so much energy here to make it happen. Leo is fire energy, and we've already discussed that, you know, fire is spirit, the ethers of creation, but also the action behind that. And we have idea, new direction, new way forward, and then boom, all this fire energy from Leo, 5th house, along with the final eclipse, total lunar at that, to push you forward into your next creation, into the bigger version of your dreams of 2018, you know, and really, some of you, this is the year where you start getting known, where your creative juices are just flowing. So whatever comes to you this year, don't brush it aside. Don't, you know, think it doesn't matter. It does. Like, this is a powerful year for everybody. And look at this. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. So here with the fire element, this is where we have now realized, okay, by the end of the year, who we are, what we are, our true destiny, and we have aligned with some soulmates here, all right? Whether that's in your career, your relationship sector, or friendships. This is where we have found our happiness. This is, you know, heart and soul. Pisces is 12th house, the endings, the completions, the undoings, all of those things where destiny, okay? Things that are out of your control. So you have that here twice. What's playing out over 2019 is your blueprint. You feel it and you cannot escape it, but you decide what that journey looks like and feels like along the way based on what you believe of yourself, what's really going on in your mind and your heart. And I say this, whether you are trying to grow a spiritual gift, you know, psychic ability, mediumship, healer, or this is a creative talent like drawing, painting, songwriting, singing, anything, a romantic partnership, a healthier body. It doesn't matter what it is that you are reaching for. All right. It's the reason why you're reaching for those things is because you don't have them. Again, we go back to your vibration. So instead of being 100% focused on all the things that you want and all the way to get there, you look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is you. Where are you vibrating? What's going on inside of you? Because as you elevate your vibration by purging emotional baggage, choosing to work on forgiveness and do meditation, do yoga, get Reiki, you know, listen to affirmations, whatever it is you've got to do to get yourself there, be willing to do, okay? Because as you do those things and you purge this emotional baggage, your vibration starts elevating. As you elevate, new experiences, more positive experiences just naturally start coming to you because of your vibration. So whatever this is for you personally, never lose sight of yourself and where are you vibrating? What do you need to work on? Because a long time ago, I used to be like, okay, what do I want? I'd focus on it. I'd write gratitude lists, all those things. I would think about it. I would feel like it was coming to me, but it wouldn't happen. And I'm like, And all in all, in the end, what I realized is when I stopped wanting, expecting, and desiring and switched to what does it take, and I'm going to be present right now along the journey and aware of myself, everything changed. Everything changed. There's more flow in that sort of thinking and putting yourself out there where what does it take, universe? Instead of having an expectation of I deserve this, I'm owed, and you very well could be. I mean, I know a lot of you have been through quite a bit through 2018. It was a year of climbing a mountain for many people, including myself. Like, it was a tough year. So you have every right to expect that 2019 is going to be better to you. However, never lose sight of your relationship with spirit. What does it take? What would it take? What do I need to do? How can I be in better service of you? What would it take? I say that all the time to spirit, all the time. And it's just energy flows. So try that approach because you're being guided to not lose sight of the bigger picture. Not get too prideful or stuck in your ego. Stay very connected to your spirit throughout all of 2019. Remain humble in a sense, okay? So let's pull some tarot dice. Right. And, all right. So we've got the Hermit. This is where some of you are not known yet and you want to be. Others of you, this is where you want a romance in your life, or you want better connections, better relationships in general, a more spiritual journey, more spiritual connection. All right. Also, because this would be Virgo energy, and pairing up with Sagittarius and 5th house here, this is telling me exactly what I just said. No matter your success, no matter how much you grow, stay humble and always, 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 what can I do? What would it take? Even when you're doing it and it's going, never stop asking that question. And when you feel it, do it. And when it burns, keep doing it. Push through it, and you will get there, and you will see magic. You will experience yourself and the universe and how powerful you are in such a way that there are no words. There is a reason why so many people put up like law of attraction, feel good, all of these type of videos on YouTube for free, hours and hours and hours and hours of their time, because they know that when you make that shift and you are in the flow, there is no greater magic than that. That is like what it is, feels like, or to me, that is why we are here, to experience many moments in that flow of where it's just magic and you're like, oh, I see my place in the universe. I see my hand in my life. I see everything mirroring back to me that exists within me. So that's where you're at with this Hermit and these two things. No matter how big you get, no matter how good things start going in your life, just remember, what would it take? What do I got to do? What would it take? What do I got to do? That way you are always focused, you are always elevating, you are always moving forward, you are not becoming complacent, you are not becoming stagnant. Even when you've achieved your goal, okay, let's keep going, let's reach for more. And you just, that's where the magic is, I'm telling you. So we have the Hermit for that. And then here we have the Queen of Swords for North Node life purpose. Yeah, this is like you being very empowered, very powerful in whatever this is. You know, the world knowing your name, you really getting your creative talent and artistic abilities out there. But I keep getting led back to this message. No matter how good things get for you, remain humble, because we have the Seven of Swords with the Desire card. So I'm getting a couple different messages attached to that with 12th house. To me, that's saying that if you get too big for yourself, the universe will burst your bubble in a most unpleasant way. And it's not as a punishment, okay? It's just a big ego doesn't allow you to stay vibrating where you have elevated yourself to. So it's going to feel like, whew, a big drop, a hard, painful drop. And it's not bad karma or that you're being punished. Nope, it's that you've lost your ability to vibrate here, and so you fall, and that will not feel good. So just keep that in mind, and it's okay. You need to tell yourself you're the best. When you're doing what you're doing, you are the best. If this is all about relationships and you're putting yourself in 120%, you are a good person to have a relationship with, no question. But whether it's a creative talent, artistic ability, spiritual gift, relationship, searching for your own happiness, no one of those things defines you entirely. It's just a piece, a part of you, your life, your experience, your story. And just really keep sight of that as you move through these energies, because I feel like really good things are coming for so many people. And it's just going to, you know, it gets so many people excited, and some people, you know, just depending on where their consciousness is at, it starts going to their head, and other people just fall to their knees in humility and gratitude and tears. I mean, when you truly realize the magic you are, and that the universe is just looking at you, there is a part of the universe that sees you and only you and loves you, and the magic you can create with that bit of the universe focused on you, and your recognition and awareness of it is something that I cannot articulate. It is an experience that I hope every human on the planet has at some point along their journey. And for me personally, I spent most of my life having no idea about any of that. It wasn't until I made a conscious effort to focus myself, improve myself. What are my blocks? What is my emotional baggage? What holds me back? And, you know, I fell trapped to the ego many times along my journey, and that's how I could tell you, when you drop, it's like, whoa, I didn't realize I was invincible. I wasn't invincible. I thought I had made it to someplace. No, it doesn't matter how high you rise, how great your achievements are, how happy you are in love. It doesn't matter. You know, if you lose sight of what really matters, you're going to feel the fall. But as long as you maintain it, it's going to be a phenomenal ride, okay? So let's pull some more dice to kind of clarify these. All right, so this here is the Page of Cups. This is new opportunities, this is messages, new ideas, new inspirations, new muse for some of you. And look at this, we have the World for the North Node, full moon in Leo, Queen of Swords. This is being out front and center, center stage, okay? People knowing your name, people knowing who you are, being very successful at whatever it is you're trying to achieve for yourself, even if it isn't to be out on the stage and known and all those things. This is amazing success, okay? And for some of you, this is being famous, being world known. I mean, good God, we have the World card plus the full moon in Leo. I mean, it just doesn't, nothing speaks famous and known like that. And maybe, you know, this is more personal, where finally people in your family, your romantic partner, your friends are really going to start seeing you and noticing you and giving you the love, value, recognition, and appreciation that maybe they've been lacking over the course of 2018, and now they're just seeing you in a whole new light, and you're seeing others in a whole new light. Because remember, everybody's going through this energy, but each and every person is going to receive it and, you know, work with it differently, or outright reject it and just kind of go with whatever comes their way. So I'm saying, nah, take hold of those vibes and use them to your advantage, and recognize your co-creative dance with the universe, and you will be unstoppable. Because look at here, we have the Three of Cups. So this is celebration, this is happiness, this is manifestation after challenge, after adversity. However, this is also where if we get too out of balance with ego, where there's that fall, okay? Just make sure you do all things with integrity and honesty. Be as real as you possibly can be, from your heart, from your soul, for your dreams, for your happiness, for any relationships that are coming in. Like, this feels a relationship, getting your artistic ability or creative talent known, even if it's spiritually based, or in general, like wanting that personal happiness, like good friends, nice connections, and just those, like my best friend type of connection, you know, like I want somebody to know my soul, but I want this to be a very spiritual union, and you guys will align to much more spiritually based individuals, okay? But again, it's all about your vibration. So if there's anything that may need to be changed or shifted inside of you, just ask Spirit, and Spirit will show you what your blocks are, and then you can clear them. There's no block that exists inside of you that you can't clear and overcome, I promise you. So let's get some advice about all of this. And remember, because we have two eclipses going on, a new moon partial solar, full moon total lunar, we have Capricorn 10th house energy, Leo 5th house energy. This is very powerful. There are things that are going to just kind of fall away that quick, and other things show up that quick. So just go with the changes. Don't freak out by it. It's truly helping you to get where you want to be. So let's pull the advice. Okay, so surrender, stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. So don't be stubborn about things that you have to change, being open to maybe others' ideas. If you're really trying to get an idea out there, you know, somebody who is very seasoned in that area, if they're offering you some ideas and opinions and you're like, well, that's not my vision, but they're like, well, I'm not trying to change your vision, but this is just, you know, tactical information that you could really use that will help you be successful and grow, etc., etc., etc. Okay, this is like, be willing to shift and reshape and change. Don't choose a fixed stance on anything, because oftentimes the way we plan something out in our mind is not how it unfolds, but your universe wants to get you there. Just don't be stubborn about it. So over here, surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more powerful way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. So this comes back to, you know, not being stubborn, and also not getting caught up in your ego if you receive a lot of success very, very quickly. All right. And if people are coming at you and you're feeling some shade from somebody, this is saying don't even engage that. That's what they want. They want you to be offended. They want you to be triggered. They want you to be upset. They want you to be defensive. So don't even participate. Be like, nope, no interest whatsoever. Period. End of story. And don't engage it. You will be so happy that you didn't. Okay? Because that is your advice. But we're going to add to this advice and pull even more clarity on it. So let's see what else Spirit would like to add. All right. This is kind of a bonus message that I'm going to put in the middle. We have serenity. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. I think I said that in this reading, didn't I? The time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by speaking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. No. So this is like past emotional baggage that needs to be shed, but also any person or situation that just kind of like eclipse right out your life, it needs to, for your own inner peace and happiness and serenity. All right, so let's see. Okay, so over here on surrender stubbornness, it says take a moment. Stop. Now is not the time to rush into the decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. This goes back to seeing the bigger picture, okay? Also, you know, talking about stubbornness, that don't let ego dictate, control, or drive you at all. There is so much fire in this reading. It's crazy. Okay, fire, 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 and then we have some water as far as the cards go. Okay, so there's a lot of fire. Their tensions could get very high with people. Don't engage, but also recognize when somebody's truly trying to help you, even if it's not what you want to hear or it goes against the way you wanted to do things. Really think about it before you outright say no. Also, don't get, you know, fooled by, oh, I know what's best. I know what's best, because you might not. Really, you know, be discerning, be open to others' opinions and suggestions, be discerning, but don't be stubborn, closed, and arrogant, okay? Even if somebody is giving you the stupidest idea that you have ever heard of, you know, receive it with honor and respect and thank them, because it's easier to send somebody on their way when they feel like you've really heard them out. But if you're like, that's stupid, I don't like it, they're going to want to fight you to defend their point of view and why they're telling you these things, right? Also, with surrender defensiveness, you don't need to justify why you're making the choices you're making or why you're doing what you're doing to anybody, because it might not make sense to them. It's not their path, it's yours. So don't feel the need to have to explain yourself to people either. And over here with surrender defensiveness, we have receive. You are a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others. But now it's time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. Yeah, so you are meant to receive what you are working on, which you are trying to achieve for yourself, whether it's, you know, your goal, your dream, getting out there for the world to see you, new romantic relationship, better romantic relationships, or just your happiness in general. You can have all of that. I've given you the steps and the way, and these eclipses are quite powerful. So this, remember, this is your January energy, this is like the July energy, and then this is the end of the year energy, where I see the manifestation, I see the celebration, I see the happiness, I see you overcoming the adversity, the challenges, the blockages, the road barriers, the naysayers, all of it. And just being so zen, it's so yin-yang with yourself, that serenity, that inner peace. And you will have achieved all of that. You could pat yourself on the back for that. So again, these are the energies being offered, but it's your choice on what you do with them and how you use them, and never giving up on yourself along the way. Okay, so those are your messages for this Capricorn new moon partial solar eclipse on the 5th or 6th of January, just depending on where you live in the world. I am wishing you all the very best. Take care.